Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Global Happenings Today. We have a trending news for you, and the topic reads, Northern governors reject Amotekun, rather demands for this. See details. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we do like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel. Alright, let's go straight into the news of the day. Governor of Plateau State and chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, Simeon Lalong, made this known in Abuja while addressing journalists. Lalong, who is also the co-chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum (PGF) Governance Program Steering Committee, spoke with the press at the end of the first quarterly meeting of the committee for 2020. He said governors on the platform of All Progressive Congress (APC) were concerned about the measures to address the general insecurity in the country. In general terms, what we did after presentation from security agencies is all of us is to appear to be talking about community policing. That one we have all agreed on, so we don't want a situation where you start doing something and the federal government will say you are doing it outside the law, just like what they said about Amotekun. But that has been resolved. It is now that they are going to dialogue. Even if they are doing that, it has to be within the law. So what is within the law as far as governors are concerned is the issue of community policing. We have all agreed on that. Our duty is restricted to policy formulation. Ours is to design good policies for implementation by APC states, and part of those policies issues is Amotekun. We are not talking about Amotekun, but general insecurity. Once we lay the policy before all APC states and it is approved, we will begin to talk about how to go about it. At the level of approval, people might bring out Amotekun or other names and issues. I always try not to talk about what the zones are talking about because I'm not from that zone. I'm the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, who also has a different opinion from what obtains there. What we are laying down now as a framework includes the general security because we are not unmindful of what is going on in the country. That is why every year we sit down and draw up a framework and we tell them these are the things that are current and things that APC governors should observe in terms of preparing their budget and also in terms of the governance in their state. Lalong's Jigawa state counterpart, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, told newsmen that federal government was on top of the security situation in the country. He disclosed that the larger forum of the 36 state governors, that the Nigerian Governors Forum, has a standing committee that is collaborating with the federal government to curtail the security menace. On the security issue, I believe that there is a standing committee that is looking at security that involves not only APC governors but all governors in the federation, he said. Northern governors have said that they prefer community policing to the Operation Amotekun model of the Southwest counterpart, which has pitched them against federal authorities. Alright, that's the news. That's what they are basically saying, that they do rather prefer community policing than Amotekun. But let's quickly go into what Nigerians are reacting, what Nigerians are saying about what he has said, because Nigerians have reacted online and some of the respondents are quite funny, but I'll try and take like 3 or 4, then we'll go into further analysis. So Lalong is a field leader talking from the Fulani mouth. Please, another person said, please know that the situation in the north is different. You cannot fool anybody. You are not able to form a regional security outfit now because it is too late for you. Your region is already immersed in crisis and state of war where the security forces had been fully in charge for quite some time now. You fail to have the foresight of waves of insecurity coming to your region and the appropriate precautionary measures to nip the problems at the board stage were overlooked. The people of the Southwest do not want to make such a mistake and hence have the wisdom of taking proactive steps to prevent invasion of sordid criminality and crisis, and all other forms of gruesome insecurity into the region. Any deliberate and mischievous attempt to allow a similar insecurity situation to spread to the southwest will not be tolerated, and it will be vehemently resisted. The Operation Amotekun formed by the southwest is none of your business. You are rather advised to face your problems very squarely. Dear, this is also not a political party matter, please. That's what this respondent said, and it was quite lengthy. Another one said, Lalon, stop deceiving yourself. We know more than this. Either you and your gangs like it or not, Amotekun has come to stay and no going back. And that was the chairman. Do you even love your people? Upon all the killings you state for years, politics without conscience is ungodly. So many others. But that's the much we would take on this issue from our respondent online. But let's look at this thing very critically. Amotekun have been going through a lot of criticism, a lot of acceptance, criticism from those who feel that Amotekun is a strategy for restructuring, criticism from some of the northern leaders who feel that Amotekun will take over the federal agencies and may be another form to another way of establishing Odua People's Congress. That's the Oduduwa, that's the Yorubas coming out as a nation. So many criticism. Then there's acceptance also from a lot of quarters, being that Nigeria suffers so much insecurity from all quarters. Let's not forget the fact that Fulani husbands, a lot of them have been coming into the state. A lot of bandits have been coming to the region. Most of the time from the northern region, popping in as a moving into the southwestern state, and they need to, like one of the respondents said, they needed to cut this now and ensure that there's still sanity in the region. Don't forget that the president some months back had actually made visa on arrival available and eligible for all Nigerians, all Western Africans rather, regardless of which country you're from, and which most countries frown at because it's really not, nice. It's not wise. In Nigeria, where we have a lot of issues of banditry, insecurity, and you're still making your borders quite porous by allowing visa on arrival, which means bandits are free to arrive, just come in, we'll give you visa and all that. So a lot of things, I don't know the yardstick they're using, but whatever you say, you said that your borders, your home is open. You call it tourism. We have enough in our hands. These and some of the international airports are strategically located. One of such is an international airport. That's the international airport in Lagos, Ikeja precisely, and that's an international airport. So most times, if they don't find their way through the illegal borders, illegal routes, they may actually be arriving at MMH Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, Ikeja, in Nigeria, and that's actually southwestern state, and which means one of the places of landing is going to be Lagos, which means Lagos, that's the commercial nerve center, may have insecurity issues. So hence the creation of Amotekun. So it's really amazing why the northern governors would even think of saying they're not comfortable with Amotekun and the community police. What's really the difference? Just the name, really, because Amotekun is actually coming in to help the police from where they have stopped, to even advance and do even more than what the police are doing, in the sense that they are more into community now. They know strangers more. They will easily identify strangers and strange behaviors than a policeman that is on transfer from another state to a community that he knows next to nothing about their culture. So I would have even expected that the government of the day should embrace it. But be that it may, thank God that the vice president, by virtue of dialogue in the presence of Malami, that's the AGF, that's the AGF of Nigeria, Malami, Abubakar Malami, had finally they've finally gotten a ground of compromise where everyone said, look, okay, maybe just give some legal backing, but Amotekun will eventually come to being, which is a win-win for the Southwesterners. But I wonder why the northern governors are reacting against it. But there's something I'm going to pick up from all what he has said that is quite unique. He said that they're thinking of creating a policy, and they're thinking of having a community policing, and this will be available for APC states. That's quite unique. Could that be? This is now my session. This is what I feel. Could that be the reason why it was very important that Imo State should not go the way of PDP. Now, if this is his idea and APC in general, because according to him, there's a lot of policy on ground to create community policing, and they want to ensure that it is in line and backed up by the law of the land. They don't want to go against the federal might. Who is the federal might? APC, really. So why would they, if they're creating community policing, why would they want to go against themselves? So if they're bringing policy, they're like saying, look, this is policy we want to create for the whole of Nigeria, and we want every APC state to bring it into bear. I don't know the mechanism they're going to use, because it's still on the pipeline according to him. They're working on it. They'll roll it out to the governors. So some of the populace, some of the indigenes may not even know what is on ground, but they will just sell it out to the governors, and the governors will go about, they will know how to fix it up, since that's their jurisdiction. They will know who to employ that will make it possible. Could it be one of the reasons why Imolites are screaming? Could it be also one of the things that made Hope Uzodinma governor, His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodinma, to say that very soon he's going to have Operation Flush Out Criminals, that's FOC? And could it be that he's borrowing leaf from what Lalong has said, that's His Excellency Lalong has said concerning this whole issue of insecurity, that APC state will be rolling out something on the community policing very soon? Could it be what Hope Uzodinma is saying? And if it is so, if it's an APC policy thing, do you think that there may be some level of ethnicity being played into this? Because sometimes whenever I hear things coming from APC in particular, over the years, I've learned to take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not supposed to, but years of experience, years of them rolling out things for Nigeria have shown that it most times doesn't really, benefit the electorate. At the end of the day, it always seems to benefit the leaders. So we don't even know this policing. Is it going to inculcate Meiti Allah? Also, is it going to be a community policing where Meiti Allah will be in the picture, where the indigenes will be in the picture, and all that? Amotekun is quite unique. Amotekun is very unique in the sense that it's strictly indigenous. It's strictly for the indigenes. There are no foreigners. There are no foreigners coming in. There are no other ethnicity, joining Amotekun operation. It's strictly for the Yorubas. It's strictly for the indigenes of that state, and it is recognized regionally in Southwest. That may not be what you will get by the time Lalong, brings out this whole APC kind of community policing. It may not totally favor the indigenes, but this is my perception, because the way things are going in Nigeria, sometimes you don't even know what to think. Really, it may look good, but at the end of the day, it may not be what you think. So we have learned to take some promises with a pinch of salt. But be that as it may, he has said his mind that the northern governors were not so comfortable with Amotekun, but whatever, that is Amotekun. But they are thinking of rolling out a community policing in all APC states. Unfortunately, in Biafra land, Imo State is an APC state, Bayelsa State is an APC state, and of course, Edo State is an APC state. I am not saying Edo State is a Biafran land, but these are South and Southeastern states. And if these are APC states, then by default, this community policing that Lalong is, envisaging will roll out very soon, will be in full gear in this state, and they will have to talk to their governors, who will put modalities on ground in those states. I don't know what to expect, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's go to a comment section. What do you think about the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum saying that very soon APC states will be rolling out their own community policing? And unfortunately or fortunately, Hope Uzodinma is an APC governor in Imo State. It's no longer a PDP state. It's now an APC state, which means sooner than later we'll be having APC roll out the community policing in Imo State. We don't know if Meiti Allah will be part of this policing. We don't know yet. He has not given us full details, but we will get back to you as soon as he updates us on things.